It's a very good morning. How are you all? If you can hear me, just let me know. The last few days, the price action is not good at all, but yesterday's PM session price action was really so beautiful. Morning can hear. Thank you, David. Okay. Good morning, Rahul. Good morning, Augustine. Good morning, Darwin. Yeah, good morning. I got you, Augustine. Abdul Modi, thanks for being over here, brother. Thanks for that penguin. Man. Audio is clear, right? There's no problem about the audio. Good morning, Israel. RS, good morning. Anybody else I know actually? I know your name or something. Nobody else I know personally. It's cool. David, Rahul, Augustine, Gargoyle, Augustine, Abdul Moti, RS, and Israel. Okay. People are getting frustrated day by day. By the way, we'll wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll start to talk about the price action. Hey PBNZ, good morning, brother. I don't know you by the way. I think you are new here. John, good morning, brother. I'm just on 10,600 subscribers. Thank you so much, brother. Just wait for 3 more unsubscribe, then it will make 10,600. It sounds good, but it's not that much clean. But it's not clear. Wait a minute. Is it clean now? The audio? I think the audio is clear now. Hey, Jancy. Your audio totally muffled. Now better? It's cool. I was talking slowly actually. Now clear. Thank you, David. Thanks for that penguin, by the way. We'll wait 1 more minute and then we'll start to talk about the price action a bit. So frustrating price action, by the way. This is the monthly chart for Nasdaq, and all you can see that there is a small body, long weak market trade until this area, and then this is this month candle. This candle is going to close around the end of this month. Okay, so it's not something like it's going to close today and tomorrow is going to be a new candle. No, it's not like that. This is this month candle, and I hope that it will keep going higher. Just not 100% sure, but my expectation that market will go for the all-time high. So from the monthly chart, it is clear or clean that this market is reaching for that all-time high. So I'm more interested to see the bull run from a longer term time frame. Okay, from the weekly chart, all you can see this market is still inside the last fair value gap. Until the market doesn't close above this last fair value gap, I'm not bullish. I'm more interested to see it will retrace from this gap. Now, until this candle is inside this gap or very near to this gap, it can be a very bad price action. The way you are seeing from Wednesday, Thursday, and today's Friday. So Wednesday and Thursday, the price was really so bad around the morning session. Yesterday's PM session was beautiful, but until the morning session, both of those days, morning session was really bad because it is now trading the last fair value gap. Okay, so why it is really bad? Because this last fair value gap, is very important in this price action. If the last fair value cap is broken, market will go for the all-time high. If the last fair value cap hold the market, market will retrace first. Then it will break this last fair value cap. So it is struggling either to break this fair value cap or to retrace from this fair value gap. That is why this market is so consolidating, or like it's not moving anywhere. It is just ranging. That is the reason for ranging this market. So that's why I am saying that until this gap is not broken, I'm looking for retracement from the weekly chart. This is the daily chart. This is that entry fair value gap, and this is the last fair value gap. I would love to see if this market can reach until this entry fair value gap before the retracement, or it would love to retrace first, then it will come to the entry fair value gap or to the last fair value gap and then keep going higher. So this is like two type of situation. What it is going to do, I have no idea. Do I have any buy side liquidity? No. From daily chart, I don't have any buy side liquidity. Do I have any sell side liquidity? No, I don't have any sell side liquidity. So while I don't have any liquidity from the daily chart, I don't have any daily bias. No daily bias. Until this market is not going to break all of this area, I have nothing to do here from the daily chart. I have no bias from the daily chart. I am like indecisive. Indecision. Okay, I don't have any bias. I don't know where this market will go. I have no idea. So I need some kind of signature. I'm waiting for that. So you have to wait. For example, here, while this market came here, I was extremely bullish, extremely bullish. Then all of this bad price action, then this candle, from all of this candle, maybe I was wrong here 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. I was wrong 3 day. All other days I was extremely bullish, and look at that market. Until this area I was bullish, then I was expecting some kind of retracement. I got that retracement, then I was extremely bullish again. So I was bullish. I had the target until this last fair value gap. While this market came to this gap, now I have to wait for the next signature. So market has to give me the signature. Does it want to retrace, or does it want to break this fair value gap? I have to wait for those kind of signature. So 3, 4, 5 days, or maybe 1 week, I will be in indecision. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no idea, no plan, nothing. Most of the days I will be like chopped up, something like that. Why? Because I don't have any liquidity, I don't have any direction, I don't have any target. I had the target has been filled. If this is broken, this area is broken, then I will have new target, all-time high, and the moon. I will show you the projection, which is called the standard deviation. I will show you the exact high, how far this market can reach. I will show you the every level, the way I showed it, this high, that high, this high, all of this high I showed you. If you remember, or if you were with me, all of this expectation was made 100%. 100%. I'll show you the same thing here again, while this market will go to the all-time high. Right now, as I told, I have to wait for the next signature. Price has to show me, otherwise I will be in indecision. I won't be confident about the trade. In this type of situation, I don't like to trade. I would love to avoid trading, but brother, everyone is trading. Of course everyone is trading, and you can trade, no problem. So what did you say? Buffer? Good morning, MP trader. Mahati, good morning. Khalid, good afternoon, brother. Is it buffering? It should not buffer, by the way. Is it buffering? Just let me know. This is that 4 hour last fair value gap. Until this last fair value gap is not broken, this market can't go for this buy side liquidity. Instead of that, I'm more interested to think about the fall. Okay, lagging to wall, or is only me? It paused there for a minute. Good morning. Good morning. Now is it clear? What did you miss? It should be clear. It should be good. Good morning, Archana. Is it okay now? Just let me know. Is it okay now? Good morning, Danichu. Is good now? Clear, but it did buffer before. Yeah, it's clear now. Oh, okay. Sometimes it can buffer, brother, because of the internet. Okay. I am here in 4 hour chart because the daily chart is not clear to me. So whatever I told in daily chart, in short, from the daily chart until the next signature or price action, I am not able to trade this market. I will be in indecision. I won't be confident to take my entries. Okay, that's all I told for last 1 minute. Now from one daily chart, the price action is not clear to me. That is why I came to 4 hour chart and I marked that 4 hour last fair value gap. Until this 4 hour last fair value gap is not broken, okay, this two line, this CE, ignore that 2 CE because I will show you this 2 CE from the hourly chart. Okay, this two line is the 4 hour last fair value gap. Until this last fair value gap is not broken, this market can't go for this buy side liquidity. Okay, so over here I have this clean highs around this area. I have clean highs over here. So until this market is not going to break this gap, which is the last fair value gap from 4 hour chart, it is not possible to take that buy side liquidity, and I can't think about the buy. Instead I will keep looking for sell. So I will keep looking for sell until it is not broken. The best is to be broken from 4 hour chart, but I can use the hourly chart as well to think about the broken of this fair value gap. So if hourly candle break above this fair value gap, I can predict that maybe this is broken and then market will go for that buy side liquidity. But that is like 80% confirmation. But if it is broken from 4 hour chart, that is the full confirmation. Market is going for that buy side liquidity. Until this last fair value gap, as you can see, nobody has closed above this last fair value gap yet. So this is not broken, it is holding the price, and I'm more interested to think about sell until it is not broken. If it is broken, I will start to look for that buy side liquidity over here, as well as the consequent crossment of the weekly last fair value gap. This is the weekly last fair value gap consequent crossment, and that is the buy side liquidity. Okay, so this buy side liquidity and the daily entry gap low are around the same level. I will look for them if the last fair value gap from the 4 hour chart is broken. Now here is our hourly chart. As you can see here, one body has closed above this line and the very next body closed below this line. This is called fake breakout. So if you are looking for this line to be broken and you have seen this type of situation, it is called fake breakout. So how do I know that it's broken? Another body another body closed above this line is going to confirm that this 4 hour last fair value gap is broken, though it is not 100%, but it is like 80% if it is broken from hourly chart, as this gap is from 4 hour chart. Okay, here you can see this hourly last fair value gap. If you remember, in that specific day, Thursday, I mean yesterday, I told that if it is broken, if this fair value gap is broken, then I will start to look for that buy side liquidity yesterday. If you remember, okay, that was the buy side liquidity. I will start to look for that buy side liquidity if this hourly fair value gap is broken. So what market has done, market has taken all of this buy side liquidity, reacted from this hourly 4 hour fair value gap high, come back again until the 50% of this fair value gap. What is this fair value gap? This fair value gap is now working as an inversion fair value gap, tapped to the consequent crossment of this hourly fair value gap, went higher, and now it is trading over here. Okay, in the meantime, if you take a closer look of that week has traded the fair value gap over here. This is that fair value gap, or as well as this inversion fair value gap has been traded by that week. The week 50% market came back again, trade the low of that weekly last fair value gap as well as the consequent crossment, then it went higher. Where did it came? To the high of this 4 hour last fair value gap. So now it's time to wait to see if it is broken or not. I will observe this hourly bullish fair value gap. So if the market can close below this hourly bullish fair value gap, I will start to look for sell again. If it is above this hourly fair value gap, I will wait for a confirmation. That means hourly candle close above this high to think about the buy. In the meantime, that week 50% is extremely important. If it failed to trade that week 50%, or if it failed to close above this week 50%, then it can start to fall. It can break that hourly fair value gap, and then it can start to keep falling until this whole imbalances. It is very important. All of these imbalances is extremely important, and I really would love to see this market before going higher. It will come here around this area before going higher. It is my expectation until this is not broken, this high is not broken. If this high is broken, then I will start to think about the buy until that buy side liquidity. In my mind, I will keep thinking about this CE. So not only this high broken is enough, I have to see this consequent crossment is also broken. But here I will take the risk. If it can break above this high one more time, because this is the fake breakout, I need the confirmation. If I can close above that high, then I will start to think about the buy. If I get wrong, then I can get wrong by the reaction of this CE, but I will prefer that it will be broken and this market will come for this buy side liquidity at least until the 50% of that weekly last parallel gap. If it doesn't close above this high, I will wait to see, look for sell. While this market will be below this hourly gap, I will start to look for sell again. My target will be this area. Now here is 15-minute chart. This is that 15-minute last fair value gap over here. See this week, remember the week, that is that week 50% here. This is the week from the hourly chart. So this is the 15-minute last fair value gap. This market came exactly to the last fair value gap, and then it went higher. The lowest down close body close candle is your order block. You can mark the mean threshold, or let me show you the mean threshold of this order block. This market maximum fall until the mean threshold. Nobody has closed below this mean threshold. After trading that mean threshold and as well as the order block, it is going higher. While it is going higher, I would love to see that unfilled fair value gap. Okay, so here some fair value gap has to be unfilled. I don't need the confirmation over here. More importantly, I'm watching this bearish gap from the 50-minute chart. Here, see this bearish gap. I'm watching this bearish gap from 15-minute chart. So 15-minute chart, okay. Around 9:30, if it respects that 15-minute bearish gap and starts to fall, I would love to look for unselling opportunity. If this bearish fair value gap from 15-minute chart is broken, then I will start to look for buying opportunity until this buy side liquidity. Okay, so this is two type of scenario, and I have shown you in everything from the very high time frame, monthly chart, weekly chart, daily chart, 4-hour chart, hourly chart, and now finally in 15-minute chart, I'm going to give the priority to this gap. If this gap is broken, I will start to look for buying opportunity. If this gap holding the market, I will start to look for selling opportunity for this relatively equal lows. This low and that low, they're the relatively equal lows. I will start to look for that relatively equal lows. And then if it can keep falling, I have this relatively equal lows over here around this area. I have this relatively equal lows, and more importantly, this entry fair value gap from the 15-minute chart until this area. I'll keep looking for selling opportunity. If this 15-minute fair value gap is broken, I will start to look for buying opportunity until that buy side liquidity. I'm in 1-minute chart. All I have to keep remember, this is that 15-minute fair value gap over here. That is, I'm going to give the priority. So this fair value gap, I'm going to go to the conclusion from the weekly chart to until 15-minute chart, and coming to the conclusion by this 15-minute fair value gap to look for my bias. Why you are confused about your bias? At the beginning of this stream, I have already explained that. Okay. If anyone has any question, you can ask me. No trade is valid before 9:30 or 10, because 10, around 10 we have some kind of red folder news. This is yesterday's PM session. This was the AM session. I told that please don't trade this AM session, and while this market started to go higher after closing above that hourly last fair value gap, when it started to go higher, I had no opportunity to enter into this market, so I had to let this go. And finally, while it started to fall over here, I was not able to take that sell as well, because it is that fair value gap that should be traded. Market didn't trade this fair value gap, so I was looking for a selling opportunity over here. I didn't get the opportunity to take the sell here. Then while this market started to go higher, I was thinking to take sell from the order block. So if the candle can trade this fair value gap, I would go for the sell from the order block. Either way, it didn't trade this fair value gap, so I have missed all of this fall. And finally, when this market came here, which is the low of this 4-hour chart, this is the 4-hour chart low, as well as the midnight open, as well as this fair value gap from 1-minute chart. You can see here, that is the 1-minute fair value gap. This is the lowest down close body close candle. For the first time, market has provided me the buying opportunity from the order block. It tapped to this order block, boom, market went higher. I was looking for a buy until this last fair value gap over here, around 30 handle or something like that for 14 handle risk. While this market came here, that was the next selling opportunity. Why I'm looking to sell? Because I know that if this high is not broken, I have to keep looking for sell. So while this market react until the 50% of this 4 hour last fair value gap, see this last fair value gap, I got my 22 YT model market structure shift fair value gap, immediate reaction from this fair value gap. I was thinking about the target here. What was the reason to, no, not exactly over there. Target was here, that fair value gap was the target, but unfortunately you see here I would get stopped out around this area because of trailing stop loss. After taking the partial here, I would get stopped out over here. Then this was the last opportunity to look for the sell around this area, to look for the sell. I can't take the sell from this fair value gap. I have to take the entry from the order block. My entry plan was something like this here. Okay, so this candle has validated the order block, but it never come back again until the order block. Okay, so I have missed that trade as well. So that was the three opportunity around the PM session. Unfortunately, because of my trailing stop loss, I got stopped out here. I got that run, and this one I missed. I missed that one as well. PM session was so beautiful. As I told around the morning session, if you remember, come back around the PM session and wait for the perfect price action. Hey Ski, how are you, brother? No trade is valid before 9:30. Please don't take any kind of trade before 9:30. Not even 9:30. Until 10, please don't trade. Until 10, please don't trade. Tim, when did you start looking at 4 hour? No, I didn't start. Actually, the daily chart is confusing. That is why I went to 4 hour chart. I told that when I was marking that 4 hour fair value gap, Tim. I think you have missed that trade. I mean that area. As the daily chart is confusing, that is why I have marked the 4 hour chart for our last fair value gap. 1 minute left before opening this market. Let's see. Good morning, Sujivan. What's going on before market open is speaking. I have no idea what is happening. I have no idea. This is the weird price action, to be honest. Like one candle is 58 handle. Simply weird. As I'm from SMC background, in SMC we don't count inside candle as pullback. In ICT are inside candles considered as pullback. What do you mean by inside candle for pullback? I don't understand, brother Madhu. Good morning, Seth. Good morning, Mahdi. So this is 9:30 open. Let's wait for the first presented gap. Remember, I'm all watching this 50-minute gap. Until this gap is not broken, I am bearish. Okay, I am extremely bearish. Yeah, I know that I have to wait until this fair value gap is broken, but of course, I can start to think about sell if this 50-minute gap is not broken. If this gap is broken, I will start to look for buy. Good morning, Meek. Yesterday with my order block, I have taken the sell trade. Please review that. I can't do it right now. Remind me later, okay? When I will be done about the price action, remind me then. Those people has problem with 9:30 candle, please don't mark it as your first presented gap. This is my first presented gap, so I'm going to mark it as my first presented gap according to me. See, it's written first presented gap according to me. What the? If wick breaks the fair value gap, will it? No. Body has to break the fair value gap. Week, we don't count week. Okay. Week is only important if you are marking the 50% of that week. In that type of situation, week is important. Otherwise, week doesn't have any value. Or week is important for market structure shift. But otherwise, it's not important. I will say this is just a bad luck. Okay. Market didn't take me just for one or one just one tick or something like that. Still have the opportunity. This market is reacting from the week, I mean, sorry, hourly bullish fair value gap. Let's see if it can take me. See, this is that fair bullish fair value gap from the hourly chart. That is the 50%. Okay, I should be in the market. Okay, now I'm in the market. My stop loss is at 25 handle. That should be the maximum stop loss. But according to the rules, my stop loss has to be above the candle, which has made this first fair value gap. That is why I put it over there. But remember, the stop loss, maximum stop loss has to be 25 handle, and your maximum target has to be 25 handle. That is the 25 handle. No price action entry is valid before 10 a.m. New York local time. If you'd love to take any entry depending on your price action, it is not valid before 10 a.m. New York local time. Of course, you can go for the trade after 10 a.m. New York local time. No trailing stop loss is valid. So for MSS, week can be count. Yeah, of course you have to count the week if you are using the MSS. For MSS, week has to be counted. By the way, fortunately, I got my Tradify code already. So now, from now, if anyone is interested to buy the Tradify, you can use the code T2 Wizard to get the discount, 30% discount for all-time users. And for the beginners, 40% discount. You'll be able to get it by using the code T2 Wizard. And for Apex, please use the code T2T. Okay, this should be the code for Apex. Okay, took the partial, got stopped out. This is that hourly gap. Until it is not broken, to be honest, it's highly risky to think about the sell. Let me show you one more time at the beginning, if you remember. Until this market is above this hourly gap, I can't think about the sell. So it has to close below this hourly gap. Same thing here in 15-minute chart. Until this market is below this fair value gap, I have to think about the sell only. No buy is valid. So this is like two type of situation. It can be ranging for a long time. It can be keep ranging, keep ranging, keep ranging. I'd love to show you something from yesterday. This was the first presented gap according to me, and this was the last reaction from the first presented gap around 326. ICT is not going to mark this gap because some people give, including ICT, give the excuse that it's not the first presented gap because if you go to the regular trading hour, there is no other candle. Now my question is, are you trading the regular trading hour? So if you are trading the regular trading hour, of course that is not your first presented gap. But you are trading electronic trading hour, but you are pretending that there is no candle. This is useless to me. According to ICT himself, this is the first presented gap. See this gap? This is the first presented gap according to ICT himself. So please keep watching this gap and that gap. Okay, so this is the first presented gap according to ICT. This is the first presented gap according to me. I write it down here according to me. Now observe these two gap. Go back yesterday, the day before yesterday. Keep watching which one is more beautiful. Okay, so this is my request to you to choose the right one. Why I'm saying like this way, because I started to talk about this first presented gap before ICT himself. ICT just told in his space, Twitter space in 2023, the first gap is called first presented gap, and a girl called Kath Cad, okay, if I'm not wrong, Kathy Cad, she reminded me about this first presented gap in 2024 in August. Okay, so when she told me about this first presented gap, I started to study this first presented gap. As ICT didn't deliver any kind of information about this first presented gap, so I had to study it by myself. And then I have found that the gap is going to be at least 5 handle, week to week, not volume including volume balance, week to week. If it is at least 5 handle, then that gap works most of the time. Most of the time, this gap works better than anything else. But it doesn't mean that you have to follow this. Okay, if you would love to use anything else, please go for it. I have no problem. Either way, if you would love to mark the volume imbalance, either way, the way you would love to mark it, tell me which one is more beautiful, this one or that one, which one is reacting more beautifully. Just tell me that, brother. Please don't add anything. Please don't add anything. Okay, last time I talked about this in Discord. Please don't add anything. It's my request. I don't want to make this complicated. I would love to make it much more simpler. That's all I'm doing. Order block. Let's see if this order block can hold the market and send it lower or not. See this candle? This is the order block. I'm more interested to see that if it can stop the market and send it lower, or does this market is going to react here from the, you can see this gap, hourly gap is going to hold the market and send it higher. Which one is going to work over here? I would love to see this order block will hold the market and send it lower. I want to see that. Okay, no trade is valid before 10 a.m. as we have the news around 10 a.m. So I would love to wait for 10 a.m. to see. Wow, perfectly it came to my target, but I got stopped out because I trailed my stop loss too fast. So let's see if this order block can stop the market and send it lower or not. So for this market came to the new day opening gap here. See this new day opening gap, this two blue line is the new day opening gap. It came exactly to the constant crosspoint of that new day opening gap. Now it is reacting from there, as well as this hourly gap is holding the market. So of course it can start to go higher. No buy is valid until this 15-minute gap is not broken. If this gap is broken, then I will start to look for buy. Otherwise, no buy is valid to me. I'm just watching this order block 50%. Okay, that means can this order block hold the market and send it lower? So this is the 50% of this mean threshold. Can it hold the market and send it lower? That is all I'm watching. Or this market would love to go higher. No trade is valid before 10 a.m. as we have the consumer sentiment around 10 a.m. So I have to wait for 10 a.m. news. After the news, I will start to trade again. Why I have a confliction with ICT about the first presented gap. Whatever I have learned from ICT, I always do one thing, and that is why it is called that. what is the reason for calling it fair value gap? What is the reason for calling it order block? What is the reason for calling it a breaker block? Like this type of question I always keep asking to myself. If I get a good reply or good answer, I love to use that one. If I don't get any perfect reply or perfect answer from there, I don't use that one. Or if I would love to use that concept, I make it by myself by observing this market. Depending on that, then I keep using that things depending on my knowledge. So that is why this first presented gap has conflicted with me. The 930 candle, what is the reason not to use this candle as the first presented gap? Because the market is going to open around 930. So this is the first area where the stock market is going to open. I have previous candle here. I have like afterward candle here. Now this candle is not here. If you go to the regular trading hour, then it's not over there. But you are not trading the regular trading hour. You are using every level over here, right? Everything you are using. Just you can't use this candle to mark the first presented gap. It's illogical to me. I don't find out any logics over here. Why it can't be the first presented gap? Of course, it has to be the first presented gap. That is why I keep using this gap as my first presented gap. 90% of the time you will see that my first presented gap will work better than this first presented gap. 90% of the time I can show you. You can choose it. All you have to do is you have to mark the first gap, which is at least 5 handle. So if this gap is 4 handle 3 tick, I'm not interested to use that gap as my first presented gap. If it is more than 5 handle or at least 5 handle, I'm going to use that as my first presented gap. Thank you so much, Sneaks. Thank you so much, brother. No, it's not the same. Like yesterday we had a confliction as well. Yesterday that was my first presented gap, and according to ICT this should be the first presented gap, but it was not 5 handle, so I didn't mark it as my first presented gap. Let me show you. This was the first presented gap according to ICT, but if you would love to use this gap and that gap, which one respected better, you can choose. Okay, you can choose the way you would love to choose. You can choose which one is more precise. All the way you can choose. This is the first one I would love to mark because it was the first gap which was at least 5 handle, but this gap was not 5 handle, it was 4 handle 1 tick. That is why I don't want to mark this one. Instead I would love to use this one, that gap. Again, if you don't want to use it, you are absolutely okay. There is no problem, but I would love to follow the rules. The order block has been violated, so it didn't hold the market. Instead this market came back again inside this first presented gap. Let's see how it is. Until this market is below this first presented gap, I will not take any buy. Even if it is above this first presented gap, I will not take the buy until the 50-minute bearish gap is not broken. Okay. So my buy will be from here around this area if I would love to take the buy. All other areas I would love to keep looking for selling opportunity. It is perfectly respecting the 50% of the hourly bullish fair value gap. That is the hourly bullish fair value gap. It is respecting the 50%. I can see it, but let's see if the bullish fair value gap is much more stronger than the 50-minute bearish fair value gap, then it can break the 50-minute bearish fair value gap, can keep going higher. I have no problem with that. No need to tell me sorry, brother. You can ask me anything, but I don't like to add something with my analysis. If it is your analysis, please go for that. I have no problem with that. But if you are trying to add something with my analysis, I'm not going to agree with you. See this? I believe that it will work as a perfect order block. No trade is valid until 10, but just observe this one. Okay, just observe it. Don't take any trade. It's my request. It will be valid order block if the body close below this order block. Otherwise, it's not a valid order block. It can't be a order block. Okay, this entry, I mean, this thing is not going to be accurate if the body doesn't close below this order block. Still now, that is not the order block. I want to see a body close below this constant dotted line. See this dotted line? I want to see a body close below this dotted line. I will keep this gap for some more times, then I will remove this gap, okay? So that you guys can get the confirmation that this gap is, in my opinion, it's valueless. First, I would love to see it will close below this dotted line. Now, are you going against ICT? No, I'm not going against ICT, because maybe according to ICT, this is not even the first presented gap. As if you'd love to mark the first presented gap, sometimes it is a valid first presented gap from 15-second chart. You can't mark 1 minute first presented gap. Sometimes you have to mark it from 5-minute chart. Sometimes you have to mark it from 5-minute chart. You have to use it by 1-minute chart. Sometimes you have to mark the first presented gap according to your bias. Okay, so if your bias is bullish, you can't mark this gap as your first presented gap. You have to mark the bullish gap as your first presented gap. So it is too much confusing for me. Whatever it is, look over here. This body has closed below this weak 50%. See, that is that weak 50%. Sorry, not weak 50%. Hourly bullish fair value gap 50%. It has closed below this one. I would love to see it will keep falling now. Please don't take this entry, because no trade is valid until 10. Around 10, it can be huge, highly volatile. But observe this order block. Don't take the entry. Just observe it. This gap is how it is going to be important. Just observe it. Because some of you can start to think that it is reacting from this gap. No, it is not reacting from this gap. It is reacting from this consonant crossment, from this hourly bullish gap. If it is not gonna be the fake breakout, it is going to fall, and this gap has no power to stop this market. But this gap has the power to stop this market. This gap, it has the full power to stop this market. Please don't take this entry. If you would love to take the entry, it should be your risk. I'm not going to take the responsibility, because we have the news around 10. So this market can be highly volatile around 10, like something like this. It can happen like boom, boom, something like that. Or maybe it will go higher, then it will go lower. This type of volatility can happen around 10. So I'm not interested to take the risk over there. Don't take this trade. It is just for your observation. See these clean lows over here. Look at this clean lows. Observe that clean lows, how it is going to take that on. But please don't take any entry over here until 10 a.m. No trade is valid. Okay, this order block didn't work. I have no problem with that. Until 10, no trade is valid. It has traded the 15-minute order block as well. This is the 15-minute order block. It has been traded the 15-minute order block as well. Just wait for the news. Just you have to wait for the news. Don't take any entries right now. Even if you are 100% sure it will go higher or it will go lower, don't take the entry. The weak can did the damage around 10 a.m. the news candle wick can did the damage. Don't gamble with the news, red folder news. If it is orange folder news, if you wanted to go for the trade, I had no problem with that. But if it is a red folder news, never ever gamble with the red folder news. You can gamble with your paper money, but not with your real money. Just look at this sell side liquidity, how it can take that sell side liquidity. That is my intention to see. 2 minutes to go before the news. Okay, from 15-minute chart, observe this order block. This is the consecutive order block. This candle and that candle, both of this candle are the consecutive order block. So market has traded this consecutive order block. Now can it fall? Here it has traded the new day opening gap constant crossment. Here it has traded the 4-hour chart high as well as the 15-minute bearish gap. Perfectly, it has been reacted or rejected from there. It is in range. It is this hourly gap is holding the market. It is in range. How long this can be this type of bad price action? Until this market is not going to decide to retracement or to go higher and break the weekly last parallel gap. It can be this type of bad price action. Because right now it is trading the last parallel from the weekly chart. One minute to go before the news. I believe it will be falling. Let's see. $30 more. Thank you, Tamimi, for sharing the code, and thank you, Madi, for sharing the Discord link. So for this, the fake breakout, one candle closed below this constant crossment, the very next candle closed above the constant crossment. So it is the fake breakout. All I need another candle. Okay, this is the news candle. See this week, maybe it will go higher, but this week will hurt you. Maybe it will go lower, but the way it is falling, sometimes it can go far, so far, then it can start to fall. New sell side liquidity. Okay, what does it mean, Tamimi? Is it going to go higher or is it going to go lower? Because I have no idea how to analyze this data. Data analyzing is really so difficult for me. So now I will start to look for a selling opportunity. If it can make a fair value gap, I'm going to remove this gap now. Okay, because you have seen that how it has been violated how many times. So I'm going to remove this gap. Any kind of bearish gap it is going to make below the constant crossment, I will try to take the sell from there. If it doesn't do that, I will wait, keep waiting. Can I use this consecutive order block? I can use this consecutive order block, but it is gonna be too risky for me because of the stop loss. If I would love to take the sell from the opening of this consecutive order block, stop loss has to be over here, which is 23 handle. Don't want to take that risk from the order block. So we'll wait for a fair value gap for confirmation of the fall. It has created the sell side liquidity here. Would love to see if it can take that sell side liquidity. But of course, it can start to fall from this order block and I will miss this trade. If it starts to fall from this order block, I will miss this trade. Simply, I will just sacrifice this trade because of my stop loss. I can't take that risk. If it makes a bearish gap, I will go for that trade. If it doesn't make the bearish gap, I am not going to take that entry from that order block. I need the confirmation. Can you take the buy? I will take the buy if and only if market create a buying opportunity here. Then and only then I will start to look for buying opportunity. Until then, no buy is valid to me. I'll keep thinking about fall. This market is going to fall. I'll think like that way. What else can I do over here? If this candle close here somewhere, okay, here somewhere, and the very next candle close below this candle here, if it can close below this candle, I will go for the trade from the propulsion block. This is the propulsion block. So if this candle can close below this candle, I am going to take the entry from this propulsion block until this high is not taken. In that type of situation, I know that my stop loss is the best stop loss is above this water block, but I am able to put my stop loss just above the opening of this highest up close body close candle. I can put my stop loss over here. It's all depends on the price action now. But it is going higher. Of course, it can start to go higher because it is rejecting from the new opening gap. It can start to go higher. If it started to go higher, I will take the buy while this market will be above this 50-minute last parallel gap. Then and only then I will start to look for buy. Otherwise, no buy is valid to me. Why you keep talking? That's my bad habit, brother. So sorry for that. Can I take buy? Of course you can take buy. You can take buy, you can take sell, whatever you want, you can do that. I'm just not interested. This is a very clean sell side liquidity. I would love to look for this sell side liquidity. It has been violated again. That is why I don't believe this thing. If it is the highest high, I mean long stop loss, I need the confirmation. So right now it has traded the 50% of this first presented gap here, tapped to this 50% of this first presented gap. Time to fall. If it doesn't fall right now, it will never fall. Something like that. Please don't copy my trade. That's gonna be my first sell according to the price action. But please don't copy my trade. So if this candle close below this propulsion block, tap to this propulsion block, I'll be in the trade. Or if it makes a fair value gap here, I'll take the sell from that fair value gap. I won't wait for this propulsion block to be traded. I'm in the trade. I will take my first partial. If I don't get stopped out, I will take my first partial here. got stripped out. That was the perfect area for me to take the sell from the propulsion block, waited for the order block confirmation, then the propulsion block confirmation. If this market fall again, close below this propulsion block, I'll take a resell from the same propulsion block. Because I know that my stop loss was tight, I had to put it above this order block, was not able to do it. So I'll look for the re-entry opportunity if it come back again and close below this propulsion block. Same area is going to be the stop loss, everything is going to be the same. It is like same like every day. Market is making consolidation. Every day morning session, the way it is doing the same thing by today as well. But still I'll go for this re-entry opportunity because it is too much confident sell for me. Okay, that is why I would love to take a re-entry opportunity over here. All I have to wait a body close below this area, just one tick below this area. I wish it will take me. If it miss me, then that's a bad luck. Here is going to be my first partial, and I will go for this sell side liquidity over here. Okay. Love to mark this parallel gap as well. This was the first presented gap. If I get stopped out here, all of this area I will have no other opportunity to take re-entry because it is consolidating. It should fall right now. The order block and the propulsion block has been violated 2 times. The third time it should not be violated, so it should keep falling now. If it doesn't fall right now, it can take long time before falling or going higher. So I will do nothing over here. This is my last opportunity to take the sell. I am pushing this button again because I'm confident about this trade. It doesn't mean that you have to copy my trade. Please don't copy my trade. This is the mean threshold of this order block. Market should not breach this order block mean threshold one more time. It should not breach it one more time. That mean threshold, even if it should not touch this mean threshold one more time. If it fail to touch it one more time, I'll be very happy because of I'm going to get the fall. If it fail to touch this or mean threshold one more time, I'll be very happy to look for this fall. Now it's time to fall. If it doesn't fall right now, it will never fall. So the very next time it will close below this propulsion block, I'll trail my stop loss above this candle. Okay, so I will trail it over here around this area after this candle close here. What I'm doing, I'm trailing my stop loss. Please don't follow anything I'm doing over here. Please don't do anything I'm doing over here. Don't copy my trade. What I have done, I have minimized my loss from 20 handle to 12 handle now. I knew that I got stopped out here because of my tight stop loss. I should cover the high of this order block. I didn't do that. I was confident about this sell. I wait for the confirmation. I took re-entry from the propulsion block. My first partial is going to be 32 handle. Here you can see 32 handle is going to be my first partial. Here I'm taking a bit risk here. The risk is I'm not taking my partial to the top of this new opening gap. I'm trying to take my partial to the constant encroachment of the new opening gap. So I'm trying to take this risk. I need a gap which is going to be unfilled. So if it can make a gap here, that should be unfilled. Whatever gap it is going to make. So you see here, there is a very small gap. I want to see this is going to be an unfilled gap. This should be an unfilled gap, okay? So in that type of situation, I will put my stop loss just here above this constant encroachment. Trailed my stop loss to 6 handle now. Why you are trailing your stop loss too fast? No, I'm not trailing my stop loss too fast. I'm waiting for the PDRA and then I am trailing my stop loss. So if the PDRA doesn't respect, I'll get stopped out, and I'm absolutely okay with that. But I would love to trail the stop loss with the price action, because if this market doesn't react with the price action perfectly, I can get stopped out here as well. I don't want to get stopped out over there. Prematurely I'll get stopped out here. I'm absolutely okay with that. I have covered the most logical level, which is the 50% of this hourly bullish fair value gap. I've covered that on. If it doesn't respect that, I'll get stopped out, and I'm absolutely okay with that. I wanted to see it will be unfilled. It didn't unfilled. So it would love to go higher. I'll get stopped out. I'll get stopped out over here, because that is my last PDA that should stop the market. That constant encroachment of that hourly bullish fair value gap. Sometimes wick did the damage, so you could see that I got stopped out here. The body respected the 50%, but wick did the damage. Fortunately I didn't get stopped out yet here, so still I have the hope that it will fall, but sometimes wick did the damage. Because that area is very random. The place I put the stop loss, it's very random. I have to just cover. I have to I have to have an idea how far this wick can reach above the constant encroachment. So I saw this volume imbalance, small volume imbalance. I covered that volume imbalance. Fortunately, I didn't get stopped out yet by the wick. It is just a fortunate. Okay, now I got stopped out. 600 loss, nothing to do. I have nothing to do because it is consolidating. I could maybe it will work, okay? Because of my trailing stop loss, I got stopped out. I don't care, because the price is not good. It is not respecting the market. I got stopped out. I'm absolutely good with that, but don't want to take that risk over here for 20 handle again to get stopped out over there. No, I don't like it. Market is bad, so I will react with the price action. Every day's morning session is consolidation for last 3 days: Wednesday, Thursday, and today's Friday. This morning session is absolutely choppy. You can see over here. This is yesterday's morning session around here. See this price action? Choppy. Look at the morning session here. Choppy. Why it is happening? Until this market is not telling you something from this gap. Is it breaking this gap, or is it going to retrace? Until it is not going to confirm that, you will see this type of choppy price action. The same thing you have seen here. If you remember, all of this price action was choppy as well, because it was trading the last fair value from the daily chart. That is why it was choppy around this area. This is why it is the choppy price action right now around this area. You have to admit that there is nothing to do. It's clear cut chop price action. In this type of situation, most of the time the PM session is so beautiful. Okay, the morning session is gonna be very choppy. After the chop, suddenly you see a big move. Okay, suddenly you will see big move. But the PM session, it's gonna be so beautiful. Is it going higher now? Keep watching. How did you? Can I know that it's a choppy price action? Small body, long wick. It's a clear-cut sign that I'm going to be chop, very chop price action. Whether it's going higher now, I'm going to take the buy. Take it and regret. No buy is valid until this market is not here. No buy is valid. Yesterday, remember, I told that the gap is not broken, no buy is valid. While that gap has been broken, boom, market started to go higher. Until it is not broken, no buy is valid at all. If you ask me how long it can happen, until the next week. Until the next week, it can happen, this type of choppy price action. Almost every day you will see this type of price action. $9.40 on fair value gap holding the price. This one, inversion gap. Seeing this one. Yep, it is holding the market. That is actually called the trough fair value gap. And I can see that it has cleared the buy side liquidity here, left the sell side liquidity there. Although this sell side liquidity is inside the new day opening gap. Price is not good right now. Market is not good right now. I can't blame myself why it is not working, because the market is not good right now. Yep, two fair value gap is holding. Bullish fair value gap from the hourly chart, bearish fair value gap from the 50-minute chart. It is in range bound. Market is ranging in between these two fair value gap. You will able to see this type of price action while this market will come to the last fair value gap from a very high time frame, either the daily fair value gap or the weekly fair value gap. Any of this fair value gap will give you this type of price action, ranging price action. You're thinking about taking to sell a fair value gap, this fair value gap entry, and I'm thinking to take sell from this candle. See this candle? I'm not going to push the button, but this is here. Just let me show. I'm showing you. Okay, please don't copy the trade. You are thinking to take the sell from this gap, and I'm thinking to take the sell from this candle until this area here, with some partial, of course, from that highest up close body close candle. This is the best area to trade from 15-second chart. Trust me, brother. Why you are not pushing the button? Because if I keep pushing the button, there will be a lot of arrows and people will start to say that, brother, you are over trading. They don't see that It has a winning trade, it is a 20 handle loss, it's a 6 handle loss. So overall I got 26 handle loss. So if I push the button again here, if I get stopped out, I will take 7 handle loss. How long it has provided the run? 22 handle. Okay, for example, if I was really concerned about this, just about this, how many handle I have lost? 26 handle. So if I close my trade here, 26 handle, 26 handle, I will be profitable over here, right? Because I have already a profit here around this area. So all of my loss will be mitigated around this area. If I am wrong, I will take a 6 handle or 7 handle loss. People don't see that. People see that he's taking a lot of entries. He's gambling. No, I'm not gambling here. I'm watching this market. I'm working with this market. It should fall. I will look for any kind of selling opportunity. I tried here 2 times. 120 handle loss, 16 handle loss. I would love to look for the sell again from the highest up close body close candle. The entry has to be below the 50% of this first presented fair value gap. Below the 50% of this first presented gap. And will hold my trade until this area after taking some partial around 20 and like to this dotted line. See this dotted line? So to this dotted line, I'll take the partial here. I'll hold my trade until this sell side liquidity around here, around this area after taking the partial over here, 26 handle. I know that if I get stopped out, I will take 7 handle loss. Getting stopped out is low probability for me. I'll go for this trade. Either way. That is why I'm not pushing the button. But trading is something like that. If your stop loss is small, I will take 5, 10, 15 risk if I'm confident about that trade. Just watch how beautifully it will come to this dotted line, which is 26 handle. Okay, just keep watching. For example, if I miss the trade from here, what I will do, see this gap, small gap over there, I will take the sell from this gap, from that gap, a very small gap over here. Take the sell from that gap, where you will put your stop loss in that type of situation. Will cover the open of this order block only, just only order block open, something like this. Please don't copy. Something like that, 10 handle. 10 handle loss. I'll take that 10 handle risk. If I miss the trade from this order block, I will bleed this fair value gap and then I will take re-entry from there. Sorry, I will take the entry from there. Get stopped out. I know that my stop loss is going to be 10 handle. But if my bias is right, if this is the time to fall, it should fall, then I will get a huge profit from there to there, which is 52 handle with a partial. Market is in consolidation mode, so please don't try to take any risk right now. Of course, if you would love to trade, you can trade, but it's in highly risky opportunity to trade over here. No need to trade this market right now. Wait for the confirmation or something that is going to tell you where this market is going, then go for the trade. I believe it will fall. Let's see. Re-entry opportunity from this order block. Is it going higher, brother? I don't care, because the order block's length is 6-7 handle. Why you are thinking about sell only? Because this market respecting this parallel gap perfectly here. It is being respected over there. Before that fall, this high has cleared the buy side liquidity. So this buy side liquidity has been cleared by that high. So there is failed PDRA, failed to trade this dotted line. So I have nothing that can tell me that this market is going higher. So I should have looked for sell only, sell only, sell only. No buy is valid. Only sell is valid. But this gap is not important. Come on, baby, all night, Friday night. Another opportunity from this propulsion block. See this candle, it's the propulsion block. Another opportunity to take sell from this propulsion block. Order block, entry, re-entry, propulsion block. First partial, target. Did my 26 handle has been mitigated? I took one sell, 20 handle loss, another sell, 6 handle loss. Did it mitigated already? See over here, it has been mitigated or not? Look over here. I can't do it in here, right? Because I'm in live. People say 26 handle, okay, or something like here. 26 handle. It has been mitigated. Now I'm looking for the profit. This is the first profit area, 60 handle, and this market will fall until this area, which is near about 87 handle. So I will hold the trade until 87 handle after mitigated all of my losses here. But brother, you are over trading. That is why I'm not pushing the button. This is the reason I trailed my stop loss too fast, because I know that if I can make it 5-6 handle stop loss and then I get stopped out because of the price action, I will get another opportunity that is going to mitigate all of my losses and going to give me my whole profit I'm waiting for. It is going to give me my whole profit I'm waiting for. Some days are bad, but most of the days I will get my profit. That is guaranteed. Jonathan, I think you are late, brother. I'm only looking for sell, brother. No buy is valid. No buy is valid. Look over here. From there to there. 62 handle. 61 handle, something like that. Even it is not going to stop over here. It is going to take this one. See this line? It is going to take that line. Why it is reacting from there? Because this is the low of that 4-hour last parallel gap. Remember the 4-hour last parallel gap? This is that low of that 4-hour last parallel gap. This is the high of this 4-hour last parallel gap. So it just reacted from there, there, there. It is going to be broken. What else do I have over here? New day opening gap, constant encroachment around this area. Now it is reacting from there. Once Asia low gets there taken, I'm going to look for reversal setup if it gives it to me. I don't know where is the Asia low, brother. I don't look at them. All I know that it will keep falling until this market is not going to close above this 15-minute last parabolic gap. If it closes above this last parabolic gap, then it will go higher and it will go for that buy side liquidity. Until then, it will just keep falling, keep falling, keep falling. Reaction from the low of this 4-hour last parabolic gap. It is going to be breached. Market is going to take this sell side liquidity. After taking this sell side liquidity, it should not stop. It should take that sell side liquidity as well. This is kind of clean lows. People took buy here. A lot of people took buy here. Okay, they should get stopped out. They should be get stopped out. See the power of this first presented gap. This is the power of the first presented gap, and this gap is from 930. This is that 930 candle. Here is a gap. See this gap? If this market trade this gap, not if, it should trade this gap before falling. That gap should be traded before falling. That is the confirmation that this market is not coming back again if it trade this gap. So it should be traded before falling. Hey Yusuf, I don't have any private group, by the way. Which group you are asking, brother? If you are asking about the Discord, you will get the link to the pinned comment. You'll get that link. It's absolutely free, not the private group. See, this sell side liquidity has been taken. It should not stop over here. It should keep falling for this sell side liquidity now. So here, one loss 20 handle, one loss 26 handle, 26 handle loss, right? I will take re-entry from this order block. I will hold my trade until this sell side liquidity after clearing this partial 26 handle partial and trailing stop loss. By trailing stop loss, I will keep holding my trade until this sell side liquidity. Walaikum salam. While this market didn't trade this fair value gap, I'm confused. Okay, after taking this sell side liquidity, it is coming back again here, or is it keep falling? I have no idea of that. But before taking this sell side liquidity, if it trade this fair value gap, then I will be 90% confident that it will keep falling, keep falling, keep falling. But right now, if it take this sell side liquidity before trading this gap, that is kind of 50-50. After taking this sell side liquidity, is it going to reverse again to come back again to trade this gap? So still my stop loss will be here above this fair value gap. I'm in your Discord group. That's all I have, brother. I don't have any private group or something. I mean, no private things, something. I'm a very small guy, brother. I don't want to sell any course. I don't want to sell any paid Discord or paid group, nothing. By the way, anybody took that sell? Anybody? Anyone? Ski, boom. The sell side liquidity at 21,361 level is also the London low. Oh, okay, I didn't know that, brother. Oh, okay, I can see that Yusuf, Aurela, Joachim, you took it. The schoolman. Dogukan took it. Gilberto took it. Suthipong took it. Snakes took it. Gilberto Thomas took it. Abdul Moti took it. EDM, yes, boom. Hold it until this area. If anyone took that trade, hold it until this area, okay? Not even exactly to this line, 5 handle below this line. So I will just mark it, okay? So here, if you take the entry, wherever you would love to take that entry, below this area of 361, that means 356 until this area. Hold it until this area by trailing the stop loss. Abdul Moti took it, Matteo took it. I took it earlier at 21,449. 21,449. Okay, yeah, I think you took it from the order block I was talking about. Naughty leaf, boom, thank you, brother. Gilberto holding. Yeah, please hold it until this line. Hold it. Any kind of retracement, no need to get afraid of it. Why it is retracing or showing the bull candle? Because of the reaction of this low of that new opening gap. See this new opening gap low? It is reacting from here, so no need to worry about that. Let me mark a line over here. This line is the new day opening gap low. Let me make it a white line. This is reacting from here, okay? No need to worry about that bull run, or don't think that it is going higher for all time high. It's not doing that. If you cover the stop loss above that high now, because it didn't trade this gap above that high now, you should be safe right now. Now I'm not saying to put the stop loss over here, but that is the best area to put the stop loss right now. See this low, that low has been reacted as a support. Now this low should react as a resistance. This is that 4 hour last fair value gap low. It should react as a resistance now. Got 25 handle. Hey Murshid, that's cool, man. I shorted from first fair value gap and still holding on runner. If you took the partial, I really appreciate that. But if you don't take the partial, don't hold it. Just close it right now. If you have no way to take the partial, close it right now. Exactly over here, close it. But if you have taken some partial and now let the rest go, then hold it until this line. Don't hold your trade one tick below this area, 21356.00. Don't hold it one tick below this line. It's my request. I know that maybe it will keep falling. It will keep falling until here and you will miss this run. Don't give a shit. It's my request. You don't need to listen to me, but that's all I can say you. I could tell you that please hold the trade for so long. If I would see that this market has traded this gap, as this is not traded, this market can reverse after taking this sell side liquidity. It can reverse to come back again for this area. It can come back again over here. That is why I'm afraid that is this market going to reverse or not. After taking this low, put the stop loss above the candle which is going to take this low. So I believe that this low, this candle is going to take this low. Put your stop loss one tick above that candle. See, it has taken that low. So put your stop loss one tick above that candle. Why? Because market has cleared the liquidity. Now it can reverse. No need to take that risk. For some little handle, no need to take that huge risk. So you should put the stop loss one tick above that candle which has taken the which has cleared the liquidity. Okay. Now put your stop loss one tick above that candle. See this candle, just one tick above that candle. If you get stopped out, don't give a shit, but put it above that candle. It has perfectly cleared the sell side liquidity. So if it doesn't give you the profit, you will get stopped out over here. Just one tick above that candle. One tick above that candle, okay? Not like two. Oh no, brother, I'm going to cover this gap. No, don't do that. One tick above that candle. But it can trade this gap and then it can fall. Don't give a shit. No stop loss is valid above this line. There you go. Boom. It has cleared that. See here. So what happened here? 20 handle loss, 6 handle loss. Okay, I'm going to get 92 handle. Of course, after taking the partial and trailing the stop loss. If you hold the trade right now, don't tell me anything. That's my request. It will fall, brother. I don't give a shit. This is the most logical level where you should target. This is the best area to target. So loss was 26 handle. I went for, brother, I went for two mini contract. Just for example, two mini contract. I went for two mini contract. So 25 handle. Okay, overall say 25 handle. So I took $1,000 loss, and I got near about how many? Like 4,000, near about $4,000 profit. $1,000 loss, $4,000 profit with 25 handle profit here. That means another $1,000 profit. Isn't it good? Those people are profitable. Don't trade this market anymore. What did I say? That this is a bearish market. No buy is valid until this gap is not broken. Should keep looking for sell. Should keep looking for sell. That is the area you are going to learn. Why you should look for sell. That is a very good run, right? It's a very good run. It is going to react from this area and it is going for that all-time high. No, man. Yeah, the risk is very small, so you should take that risk and you should believe that it is going to fall again. Exactly from where? 930 first presented gap from there. Brother, it is falling. I missed all of this run. No, you didn't miss all of this run. That is the most logical level this market could reverse. That is why I told you to close the trade over here. What this market is reaching for? This gap. This is the gap what this market is reaching for. How can I take re-entry over here? You have to wait for the manipulation. Some kind of high buy side liquidity has to be taken before falling again. Let me close this one, otherwise it doesn't look like good to me. Okay, thanks brother, done for the day. Wow, Iski, why you are thanking me, brother? Why only $3,000? Boom, 21,348. Okay, Gilbert, I have already clearly told that if you have hold the trade, I mean, just don't tell me that. I'm here so that you guys can learn. Now, if you don't want to listen me and would love to show me the profit, more profit, I'm not going to get. See this candle, lowest down close body close candle. It's my buy now. Here, are you taking buy? No, I'm not going to take the buy because my bias is not bullish. Here 25 handle, right? So I will take the min threshold. I'll cover the min threshold. I'll take the buy until this area over here. Now, is this buy valid? This is a valid buy. Why? This market has traded the 50% of that week, which is called the hourly week 50%, the last fair value gap. The lowest down close body close candle is going to be my order block. While this candle validates this order block, I would love to take the buy. As I'm not able to put my stop loss below this order block because of the stop loss, you can see it's 26 handle. I will cover the min threshold, the 50% of this candle, to take the buy over here. And see this gap over here, around this gap. I will take the partial to the low of this gap. So over here, I'll take the partial over here and will hold my trade until this area. Is it a valid buy? If your bias is bullish, that could be a valid buy. Why you are thinking about this buy? Because this is still not traded. It should be traded. It has to be traded. That is why I'm thinking about that buy. Even if it doesn't reach until this area, it has to take some buy side liquidity before falling again. So I need some buy side liquidity has been taken. I have the recent swing high is over here. See this swing high? So it has to reach at least until to the top of this high. It should go until that high. I don't need to take that risk. I will just, sorry, what was that? I think it was here somewhere. I will take the, what the, I will take the partial over here. 22 two handle partial. But brother, you have a loss here. 20 handle, 26 handle, sorry, 20 handle, 6 handle loss. I know, brother, I know. What I'm doing, taking another 12 handle risk. Just 12 handle, man. Come on. Just 12 handle risk. If I close my trade right now, it's 20 handle, right? So if I am afraid of this, see, partial has taken 22 handle, partial has been taken here. Now I will hold my trade until this area, around this area. It is not coming here, brother. It is going to take that high, or it is going to react from the rejection block, then it will start to fall. I don't care. I will trail my stop loss at the same time, right? Because I have cleared the liquid, partial over there. Brother, you have taken 20 handle loss, 6 handle loss, 26 handle loss. Yeah, I know that. I know that. I can't push the button. You will say that I'm over trading, but you don't see that the way I trail my stop loss. I make my stop loss from 20 handle to 6 handle, 3 handle, 2 handle, 5 handle, something like that. You don't look at that. That's the problem, brother. Come on. Took partial, close my trade above that high. Just for example, okay? Took partial, closed my trade above here, just here, by taking a risk of say 1400 risk. Will close my trade over here, 37 handle. Is that enough for being profitable? Do I really care about that loss? It's 26 handle loss here. Matthew, because of your teaching, man, no, it's your hard work. You did a hard work. That's why you got your profit, brother. Come on, it's not my credit. It's not anything from me. This is all your credit. So thank yourself, not myself. Thank yourself. But it's not going to hit your target. Do I really care? I got my profit here, partial here, 22 handle. Or yeah, it was 22 handle actually. I don't know why it's now showing 20 handle. And now I will hold my trade for 37 handle. If I get it, oh, there you go. Boom, another boom. 26 handle loss, 37 handle profit, 92 handle profit, 25 handle profit. What else do I need? What else do I need? No, brother, it is coming for here now. Why you are going to close your trade over there? It's more than enough for being profitable. More than enough. All you have to understand why I'm looking for the order block entry here. What is the reason to look for that entry? See this week, that week 50% here. This is that constant crossment of that week. As well as I have this hourly gap actually, but I'm not interested to. I didn't see that, okay, to be honest. This inverse gap, I didn't notice that. What else do you see? Constant crossment rejection, top rejection. Constant crossment rejection, top rejection. I didn't notice that. I'm so sorry. I was watching that week 50%. That is the 50% of that week. In 1 minute chart, this is that candle which has traded the last fair value gap. This week 50% is called the last fair value gap. The lowest down close body close candle has traded the last fair value gap. The next candle validate this as an order block. I can't put my stop loss below this order block. I will cover the mean threshold only. If I get stopped out, I will take re-entry while this market will close above this order block. Fortunately, it didn't stop me out. Instead, hit my target. Perfect. Dumbledore or Gandalf. I am more like T2. I'm more like T2, man. Come on. So your bias is bullish now? 100% no. My bias is still bearish. I need to take some buy sell liquidity which has been taken over here. Any kind of selling opportunity, I'll go for that, sir. Okay, it has traded this 50-minute last favorable gap as well. Here. Let's go. 50-minute last favorable gap. Concurrent crossment rejection, 50-minute last favorable gap. Let me show you this from the 50-minute chart. See, this is that 50-minute last favorable gap from the 50-minute chart. Consequent crossment rejection, top rejection. This is some kind of information. You have to keep that in your mind. This is a very informative information. You have to keep that in your mind. So do you understand this order block, how much valuable this order block is? How much this order block is valuable? If Marquis was here, I think that he would start to say that, brother, I told you this order block is more beautiful than the fair value gap. Tamimi, can you please share the link? The Apex message, brother. I want everyone to know that the Apex code is T2T. Okay. For Tradify, Take Profit Trader, and My Funded Futures, Bullnox, you can use the code T2 Wizard to get all the discount. But for Apex 80% discount, you need to use the code T2T. So if you are free, please review the trade I took at the sell from 1438 candle high for a stop loss, covered the 50-minute fair value gap CE and targeted the low of 4-hour fair value gap 1438. I'm thinking that you are talking about yesterday. Let me check. Looks like order block entry is successful. Everything is successful, sister. Let me check the yesterday's price action. Order block is something that is actually confirmed entry. That is why I stopped. I didn't want to talk about this order block at the beginning of my streaming. If you are, any of you are with me around this area, you know that, right? I didn't want to talk about this order block because this is very, sophisticated. Okay, and ICT talked about the order block a lot of times. But finally, when you guys started to force me, I started to talk about this order block. Let me just check 1438. What was your entry, brother? 1438 candle high. Okay, I took the sell from 1438 candle high, and for stop loss covered the 50-minute fair value. Why did you take the entry from the top of the 1438 candle high? Why did you take the entry over here? It's a perfect 22 IT model. I agree with you. If you took that entry from this fair value gap over here, you did a good job. If you did take that entry depending on that 22 YT model, you did a good job. Your stop loss has to be there, a bit longer stop loss actually, and target should be there. That should be the target. It was a perfect 22 YT model, by the way, brother. But stop loss has to cover this volume imbalance or this order block. See this candle? This is the perfect order block. You have to cover that order block. It can retest this order block. That is why I talked about this trade actually. I was thinking the sell from here. I have already talked about the sell. So I took the sell actually from there. 22 YT model, I observed not that swing low, instead observed that swing low as a market structure shift. That was the fair value gap, and my target was, this was the partial, and here was the target. Here somewhere, I don't remember where was the target, but unfortunately I got stopped out here. While this candle came back again, I got stopped out to the break even after taking the partial. So it was not a good thing for me, so I just took a partial here and then got stopped out by trailing it exactly to the break even. My entry was from this area. That was the perfect area for me to think about the entry after market taken the liquidity, market structure shift, fair value gap, I should look for the 22 YT model over here. No other model is valid around this area, just 22 YT model. So if you took the entry from this fair value gap, it is absolutely valid, but in that type of situation you have to cover that order block, at least the open of this order block or this volume imbalance, so you have to cover that one. I wanted to let you know, brother, I passed my 9,000 profit level after 22 trading days. I can request 3,000 payout from Tradify now. I'm so happy. Hey Suzivan, congratulations, brother. Congratulations, brother. I love it, man. I love it. I love to listen it, man. Go slowly, go slowly. Make more funded account. That's my request. Make more funded account. Thank you, Madhi, for sharing that. Thank you so much, Madhi. Was include the in wizard package if want to purchase it. There is no difference of the membership, brother. If you want to purchase it, it's just an appreciation, so you are not going to get any special treatment. For us, to be honest, everything is same. Okay, it's just for the appreciation. I just make them new different type of names and I just put them over there. That's all, brother. But you're not going to get any kind of special treatment from the from those levels. So the thing, the people took king membership and they took, like, I have one guy only, Mick, Mick, he took that wizard. Most of them are actually winner and king, but absolutely and some of you are trader. Actually, this is all for the appreciation. I mean, if you would love to appreciate all of my job, that's why you took that membership. That's all, brother. There is no other intention to keep them over there. I2FC rejection, top rejection, shouldn't that be signature that market wants to go higher? No, it's not the signature to market to go higher. It's just for the reaction. As my bias is bearish, so it's just for the reaction. Of course, this market can start to go higher, but I'm not interested to look for buy. I'm more interested to look for sell. Thank you. I'll post it when I get the payout. I will wait for that, Sudivan. I'm getting some people right now who are getting the payout after a long time. After maybe near about 2 years, I'm coming here. Now I'm getting my result. I'm not saying that this is my credit. Like Sudivan has requested his $3,000. It's not my credit, but I'm happy that someone I know from too long, okay, from very long, they are requesting their money. This is their credit. Every credit goes to them, but I'm happy for them because I know them. You made my day, brother. You made my day. Just focus on making more funded account. Just listen to me. This thing you will be benefited. Focus on making more funded account. And I will appreciate if you use the take profit trader, because if you trade take profit trader, man, every day you will get some payout, like $250, $300 you will get payout. You don't need to wait for $9,000 or $10,000. Try to make some take profit trader funded account. You will thank me later. I promise you, brother. You will thank me later. What else do you need? Like here, go for straight. Like randomly I'm putting it, okay, randomly. Then loss for 20 handle. That was a loss for 20 handle. Another loss, randomly I'm putting it, okay. Another loss for 6 handle. another profit here, another profit there. How do you feel this market? One profit, one loss 20 handle, one loss 6 handle, one profit 92 handle, one profit 37 handle. What else do you need, brother? Here is going to be my next buy with your code. Thank you. You're most welcome if you use my code. Even if you don't use my code, I have no problem, but try to trade take profit trader because of the daily payout. If you get more payout, then your next focus should be Apex. Make 20 funded account from Apex and trade them by just 5 micro contract. Just by 5 micro contract, make 20 funded account from Apex. While whenever you will get the discount, right now it has like maybe 80% discount. So while you will get that opportunity, you will buy like 40 Apex eval, okay, and you will try to pass them until you don't make 20 funded account. While you will be able to make them 20 funded account, you will copy trade them just by 5 micro contract every day, and your target will be $100 to $150 maximum. That should be your target. I don't care about their minimum daily payout or minimum daily hit or something like that. I don't care about that. Just you will target 100, maximum 150. That should be your maximum target. 20 funded account. Go for that, man. Al Mahmoudi, I won't be able here. I won't look for the trade at all. See this candle here? That is my another sell here from this candle. While this candle tapped over there, please don't copy my trade. It's my request. Stop loss is going to be here, 16 handle. Going to target this area, that line from this candle. Sorry, from that candle. So it will like here, I guess, something like that. Okay, from there, as I have the fair value cap, small fair value cap, I don't need to get exactly hit over here, but if it hit, or if you can wait to hit that order, whatever it is, will target until this area 30 handle by taking some partial. So maybe I'll go for 20 handle partial, something like that. 20 handle partial I'll go, and then I'll target this area, that area, from this area. Please don't copy the trade. While I will be in Hajj, I will not be active here. I will be active only to give you some giveaway. So 150k account, I'll try to give them to you. One or two account from Take Profit Trader. Just around that area, I will just knock Tamimi to make some kind of giveaway to our Discord, and only over there I'll be active. Otherwise, I won't be active. Okay. You're really afraid to take that 16 handle loss, right? You're so afraid of 16 handle loss, and while the YouTubers show you 50 handle stop loss, what do you do over there? Other YouTubers, when they took the entry and showed you 50 handle stop loss, 40 handle stop loss, 30 handle stop loss, you don't complain over there. I'm showing you just 16 handle stop loss, and you are really so afraid of this 16 handle loss because you're afraid to take some losses. You don't want to take the loss. You want to take the winning trade only. There was a 37 handle run. There was a 94 handle run. You don't care about them, but you really care about that 16 handle loss. Why is that? Adil, you can make 100,000 per day or 200,000 per day if you want, if you can. So there is no limit, brother. Adil. Just kidding. I'm Muslim. I know you should focus on Hajj. Thank you so much, brother. Al Mahdi, I know that you are Muslim. Thank you for understanding, brother. And guys, I'm telling you that I will tell Tamimi to give you the giveaway. If he doesn't give it to you, then everyone will catch Tamimi, okay? Because he is going to take them all by himself. It's gonna be the 150k account. I'm just not sure how many I will be able to give you, but 1 or 2, maximum 3, 4, something like that. What is your risk studies on 150k top step account? First of all, I don't like top step. So if you ask me about 150k top step account, I will not reply this because that is too much expensive. I don't like the expensive prop firm. I don't like it. Sorry. You're afraid of 16 handle stop loss, then close it with 4 handle or 5 handle, something like that. Close it over there. No need to hold this trade. No need to hold it. You are afraid of 16 handle, then close it over here. I just purchased a 50k account from Take Profit Trader with your discount code. Wow, Suziman. You're too fast, man. Thank you so much, brother. One confusion, suppose the market has trading inside the 50-minute or on favorable cap and I'm looking for an entry with 1-minute order block. So the 1-minute order block has to trade the 1-minute favorable cap. No, if you are using higher time frame with your lower time frame, then you don't need to wait. You don't need to see the 1-minute gap has to be traded. But remember the partial 20 handle partial here. So I'll put a line over there around 20 handle. This partial is obvious. If you don't take the partial, then you are gambling. If you are gambling, don't talk to me. I'm not willing to talk to you. Tamimi, and today you know more how much I love you. You guys are so creepy, man. Tamimi, who are you? The guy who, come on, man. Fasil, waiting for what, brother? Well, the community will love Tamimi. Tamimi is good. Tamimi is a good guy. Waiting for giveaway. Okay, the 50k account giveaway is going to happen in next Monday. It's gonna be 2 account, I guess. I'll be able to show it to you. Any of you are using like the what is it? The X? Please repost this one. I'll be grateful to all of you. If any of you are using the X, repost, follow, like, repost, and tag 3 friends. Okay, join to our Discord group, join to our YouTube channel. Okay, it's gonna be happen Monday 19th May. It's gonna be 250k Take Profit Trader account. Perfectly got stopped out. So it has moved until here, which is near about 17 handle, then stopped me out. Wow, it's good. It is consolidating, let him consolidate. How many entries do you want to take in a day? Ask yourself. Come on, man. Ah, my head. I'm watching this market from London session today, actually. I'm watching London. I was watching London session. I was watching 7 a.m. Kiljan. Then before the 9:30 open, I was watching everything over here. Everything is in my mind. Whatever it was happening over here, everything is in my mind. I started to look at the price action from 2 a.m. New York local time. So where was that? Here, I guess around this area was 2 a.m. Yeah, that was the run. Here, that was the run. I was watching this market from 2 a.m. All of this run was unexpected to me. I was not ready for that run, and while this run happened, I was expected that this market will go higher again until this line, which is that line. It will tap over there. So I tried to take an entry over here and got stopped out with 600, something like that. Then tried to take the buy again here, didn't get the opportunity to take entry over here. Just missed that trade. Right now market is consolidating, and I'm done for today. Actually, if anyone has any question, then you can ask me. Otherwise, I'm going to close the session. The 20 funded account you advised, is this for 50k accounts? I always appreciate 150k account. I always appreciate that. But you know, without Apex, 150k account from every prop firm is too much expensive. Too much expensive. So I would love to ask you to go for 50k account from every other, you know, like Take Profit Trader, My Funded Futures, or maybe Bullnox. Just go for 50k account. Otherwise, rest of them are really too much expensive. But while you will get the opportunity to, you will get the discount from Apex, go for 150k account. Go for 5 micro contract maximum. Make your life easier. Make your freedom. If you can do that, if you can have 20 funded account, I'm gonna promise you, brother, you will get your freedom. If you can have 20 funded account all together, you will get your freedom. That's my promise. Sorry, Tito, I must it before, but can you speak about TGIF? TGIF I will look for after 2:30. So around 250, around 240 actually, not 250. I'll mark the low and the high, whatever high it is going to make, and then I will 20% and 30% I will mark them. I will expect that this market is going to close in between 20% and 30%. But I will look for TGIF after 2:30, so around 240. From 240, I will start to look for that TGIF. Until 240, no, I'm not interested to look for I have no idea what is TGIF. Okay, until 250, sorry, 240. Okay, Netkit, is that we have pay activation fees after passing? Yeah, you have to pay the activation fees, brother. All done. Thank you so much, Fasil. Thank you so much, brother. Anybody has any question? If you don't have any question, I'm going to close the stream for today. I think it was not a bad day. It was really a good day. It was not a bad day, right? There's some losses, but either way, we got the biggest run ever. And this market is started to consolidate again. Anybody has any question? Rest around. No, I can't, man. My head is spinning. I am watching this market from the London session. So from around 1:30 a.m. New York local time, I'm watching this market. Now, nothing is working on my head. I promise by God, nothing is working. I'm just seeing something like it is just going up and down, going up. Why it is going up, down, I have no idea. It is spinning my head. Well, why you are leaving us? What do you mean by leaving us? I'm not leaving to anyone. If I'm not dead, I'm not dead. I'm going to Hajj and I'll be back after 45 days. Feel better. Thank you, Morshad. Thank you, guys. I think that no bull run. I'm only looking for bearish run. No buy for me. So I'm only interested to look for sell. No buy is valid for me. Buy will be valid if and only if this market can close above this fair value gap from 15-minute chart. This is the 15-minute chart. See this fair value gap. If market can close up this fair value gap, then and only then I will start to look for buy. Otherwise, I'm not interested to look for buy. I'm more interested to look for sell. Right now, market is inside this new opening gap. No need to trade over here. Either way, this is going to enter into the lunch hour. No need to trade over here. Mashallah accepts your Hajj. You went for Hajj for only 15 days. No, it's a 40 days package actually. So I will take more until next Thursday. I will be here. So from Friday, from next Friday, I will take the vacation for Hajj for near about 45 days. Okay. So after 40 days, I will take rest 1 or 2 days, and then I will be back again in the live. Thank you, Salman Khan. Thank you so much, brother. Have a nice weekend. Team, see you again, brother. I hope that I will get all of you again after next week, after that big break. Don't forget me, okay? So take care of yourself, take care of your family, and enjoy your weekend. Cheers, guys.